Timely's doing a 5 o'clock, so we're gonna do like a 45-minute podcast with her. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing crazy.
We should, trying to keep them all under an hour and tight. So she's 3:30. We should have her out by 4:20.
Take your panties off, girl. Girl, you are the one for me tonight. I said, girl.
You like it better without a stand?
I like it better without a stand.
Yeah, I do too. Because I can put up the stand for you if you wanted to, baby. But it's easier for me to just hold.
No, I'm goofy.
Said, girl, you
Just
are
remember,
the
like-
one for me tonight, but not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I'm gonna go back to my girl tomorrow. Oh, every time I see you in Little Rock, Arkansas, we just do hand stuff, so not ain't cheating. Yeah, this is
It's definitely an outtake now. Like, if you want to take clips that are gonna get released for 1,000, Alex, the well-known soliloquy.
Big Baby is scrolling his phone, trying to hit up bitches always, maybe on Facebook Marketplace.
Gotta
You
find the right one.
gotta find the right fat pic. Yeah.
We are young.
You at least got to hold the mic up to your face if you're gonna sing into it. It don't pick up from a distance.
Well, because here's the thing: we're here today with the wonderful Josh Jordan. Hello, how's it going?
What's up, guys?
Yeah, this is the Very Green Room podcast. We just had a great show in Lafayette, Louisiana.
for those of you at home, they're showing pictures of when they used to be fat.
No, okay, but like,
Yeah,
that's,
like-
that's the reaction I want. When I show people a fat pic and they look at it, they go, "You don't look fat." I'm like, "Don't tell me that shit. I don't want to hear that."
Right. No, that's
Well, I look mildly athletic.
yeah, exactly. No, it's like I don't know. Like that's LA people when they're like, yeah, this is when I've lost 20 pounds. You go, that's not a journey. All right, you need to lose a person before
That's
we.
water weight, bitch.
Yeah.
At least like a homeless person.
Right.
I think 50 pounds is the
Lose
cutoff.
a homeless person? That's crazy.
Well, they don't weigh as much as normal people. They're
Well,
very
50 pounds
frail.
can be a visual difference.
Yeah.
You feel that?
That's what I'm saying. Like 50 is the line. Like 50 and over, I respect. That's a journey.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
50 makes stairs easier.
Yeah. Well, because that's that's a farmer's carry of like of like a 45-pound weight. But yeah, we're here with the wonderful Josh Jordan, and we were talking about losing weight. You've gone on a tremendous weight loss journey. How much did you lose?
Total like 60 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, and because you're a little guy too, like that's
it means more.
yeah,
I'm 5'6", so 50 pounds is significant.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
It's all compact.
right.
Yeah.
Like, Will would look terrible if he was all height.
Yeah. Dude.
Wow.
Will would be a fat motherfucker if
Dude.
he was all height, bro. He's all stretched out and shit, so it fits accordingly.
Well, so like there's the thing dude, I am pretty fat, but like I've said before, I used to be a fucking hottie. And no, like when I was like working out a bunch and doing sports and college and stuff, I had this like Ichabod Crane thing going on. Like it was like what happened was I lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
From
after
your
I-
head? How is this tying together?
Wait. I lost a bunch of weight after I was playing sports, so I lost a bunch of like straight muscle weight and shit like that. And
okay.
and then I looked like a used car, like a skinny used car salesman. And then I just started drinking every single day, and now I'm the man you see today.
Voila.
That was my thing, dude. Like, I was fat as a kid for most of my life. I lost weight in high school.
Yeah.
And I kept it off for a while, but then when I turned 18, I got into drinking, and that's when I really put it all on.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit. No, I was fat my whole fucking life. I did go through the little weight loss in high school. You hit the little 3-inch spurt. It stretched out for a while. And And then I got married at 18.
And that'll do it.
Yeah, and I was just like, motherfucker, I got to figure it out, bitches. And then it was just like, why y'all let me do this? Why y'all let me do this, bruh? Like, and then I just sat around eating big-ass family-sized bag of Doritos.
Yeah.
Man.
See, that's one thing that I love and hate about being from the South is like no one says shit about weight gain here. like ever. Like is anytime I'm with my family, they're like, "Oh, he's just a growing boy." It's like, no, I'm 34.
Yeah.
Like I don't need I don't need another plate right now. And then it was like I think at my biggest I was like 340, and like and now I'm back down to like 290. But
I think my biggest, I was at 490-ish.
holy shit.
498. Yeah.
You weighed 490 pounds.
Yeah, I was in a size 60 pad.
That's
Oh
that.
my god.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was fucked up. I was hurt.
That's
And then they be
wild.
like, when I first lost the weight, they was like, "How'd you lose the weight?" I was like, "Come here. Let me tell you. I just stopped eating all the fucking time."
Yeah. No, that's interesting because for me, I didn't drink for like 6 months, and it was just like sure. You're like you're like, oh, okay.
I'm close to 200 pounds. I've lost 200 pounds close to it.
That's wild.
Because I teeter between like 290 and 305.
Yeah.
And it's been like that the last 3 years. I get on the scale one morning, I'm 305. Get on it at the end of the day, I'm 296.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be an excellent fat person. Like, I already don't move very much, and I like wearing sweats. I think it would be an easy transition for me from stoner into fat.
I would
Just
say
like
you're not jolly enough. I think
some of you are quite bitter.
You get fat, you might grow into the ears. They might not be big anymore.
I could be two of you, and I still wouldn't grow into the ears, bro. Like, it's not happening. Do you know how much my mother resents having given birth to these?
Man, I'm surprised she didn't use them hoes as handles. Get your ass over.
She did, bro.
Yeah.
Especially when I got taller than her, she would reach up and grab me by the ear to pull me down to smack me.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. as
It's
shit.
embarrassment and child abuse. Like,
That's crazy.
one combo
My
move.
mom used to do that. I was 5'5", and she was 5'1". I felt so big.
My mom was like 5'3". I'm 6'5". Like, if I didn't want her to, she wouldn't hit me in the head.
But yeah, we just did a show together. We did.
did.
You look like you've won. You look like twice.
I have,
Yeah,
once in
yeah.
Lafayette, once in Houston.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, dude.
Last night we was in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Lafayette, they always show some love out there, man. Big shout out to Lafayette
Club 337.
Shout out Jason. Shout out Tyler. Shout out all the Lafayette boys. Because
Shout out Drew for winning
Drew,
last night.
that guy was yeah.
Drew Gotro.
Go Tro.
I had a feeling earlier in the day, we have a group chat, like me, Jason, Tyler, Drew, and I called it. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Tyler and Drew in the final round, just because I know them both really well. I know they're both clever, creative,
Yeah.
but I had no idea how good Drew was going to be last
Yeah,
night.
hey.
He
That was
had
his first
so
time doing
many-
a roast. Yeah.
It was
Yes.
like watching a redneck savant. It was so fucking wild because he was looking like he looks, and such smart things were coming out of his mouth that I was literally like, do you have a ghostwriter standing behind you right now? This is fucking brilliant.
That's the thing about Drew is you look at him, he's always got his camo John Deere hat. He looks like a hick. And his stand-up is like that, too, though. He has, like, a very high awareness of what he looks like and how people are going to perceive him. And he plays on that so well because he is, like, such a clever, funny guy.
He almost one-punch knockout the final round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That the
First joke off the rip. It was all
got an applause break. That's crazy
Yeah.
as shit.
really long applause break.
That was those. It's good though. All right, if we're gonna talk, you look like for a second. If we're gonna talk it, it's good that both Tyler and Drew were aware enough to just let the audience laugh. You know, because sometimes if you watch the show, it'll be like someone gets a good like one in, and then they're like, oh, I've got to interrupt this right now, and you're like, yeah,
And
no,
you
no,
end
no.
up getting your joke skipped out.
Yeah.
That was a final battle of like the most unnecessary syllables. Tyler Arsenal
Drew
and Drew
Gotro.
Gotro.
There was so many
It was
vowels.
like, bruh.
I went the
put a
first
O here.
20 years of my life without meeting anybody with an X in their name. And now everybody in the finals just throw one in their last name. Like, it's
Got
like
one in there like some pixie dust.
That's Louisiana, man. Cajun French names. That's why, like, my middle name is Jordan, so I always just did Joshua Jordan. My last name is La Riviere, which is
holy fuck.
very French. And when I started stand up, I had an
Wow.
awareness that, like,
Good call.
no one has ever looked at my name on a piece of paper and been able to say it. Not someone calling me for sales, not a teacher. My French teacher couldn't say my name. So I was like, I'm not even going to try this. It's just going to be Joshua Jordan. And the thing is with comedy is, like, people still fuck that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll fuck somebody's name up real quick. I'll be like, "Hey, bro, what's his name again?"
Well, we've learned how to trick. I turn around and I'll whisper it to you. Like,
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
just
like-
be like, you're going. You're, bring
Make
up-
it loud, make it loud. Get on stage.
The best is when they give you, like, a great intro. They're like, this next dude, one of my best friends. I
Yeah.
love him. He's hilarious. Make some noise for, what's your
Fucking I think I did Barry Laminack like that one time, and it was like I know who Barry Laminack is, but in that moment, in that time, my brain was like, "Fuck him!" Like, fuck his name, and I'm sitting there like, "Bro, I know this man's name," and then I look over. Before I even figure his name out, his ass is on the stage.
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, fuck, shit, you here now? What the fuck?" I got to play it off, and I was like,
I do the classic mumble the last name. Like this
Yeah.
next guy, absolutely fantastic. Give her John Shannon.
"Guilty." Ah, that's funny as shit, bro.
it's amazing to me, like, how much you look like mirrors all of the things that happen in actual fights. Like, I know it's just words. I ain't gonna say no names, but, like, you saw one dude get shook in the middle of a round.
Yeah.
And, like, he starts, it's like, oh, he's punching underwater. Like, all of a sudden he's stuttering, he's staggering. Like, you watching somebody get beat in real time.
Sure,
And, like, that
maybe.
final, like, when I was sitting back watching the final round last night, it felt like I was watching a heavyweight fight.
Yeah.
Because it's like, boom, smoking section punch, boom, other punch. They was hitting, they were just standing swinging.
And there's literally counter punches too. So like like someone will say a joke and then you can be like, yep, kind of like that, and then you'll get your own laugh off of someone else's joke, which is really really fun.
Yeah.
All right, Josh. Let me ask some important questions. You just moved to Houston, Texas.
That's right.
One more motherfucker in traffic.
What do you think so far? What do you think of the city of syrup?
Syrup?
Yes, we yeah.
What
that
did
a
you call
thing?
it?
City of syrup?
No, not syrup.
What did you say?
It's syrup.
I don't know what that means either.
It's syrup. Like it ain't syrup. I don't know what syrup.
Syrup's from Canada. Syrup comes from the maple
Syrup.
tree. Syrup is lean. Syrup.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's how I'm not very in touch. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. We see your eyes bulging out your head. Like
No.
what?
Like, I'm so confused.
Is Mrs. Buttersworth or we talking about great value?
Nah, man, because you moved here. Because I met you when you were in Lafayette and you were
Yeah.
crushing it out there, and then
Yeah.
you moved here and you've just been killing it for the last 6 months, 8 months.
Yeah, I moved here in September, the beginning of September, so about 6 months. Houston's amazing. I mean, it's everything I wanted it to be. I love Lafayette. I love those guys. I think Jason, like, he's one of the best producers in the
Yeah.
world.
Quite
the shows
literally,
he
yeah.
puts on are
They're amazing.
amazing. But the problem is those shows are so few and far between. It's a small city. You know, on a good week, you might be able to hit 2 open mics.
Yeah.
And if you want to do more than that, you need to get in your car and drive an hour away. And when you get to that open mic, you're doing one set. There's no other place.
Exactly.
So my thing was like, I know I love comedy, and I want to keep developing. I want to get better, and to do that, I need to go into a comedy scene, you know.
Yeah.
And Houston has been such a good mix of like opportunity, but also the people in the scene. Like most people here are very welcoming, really cool. I've had just like you were like the biggest, best person to
Yeah,
know for
he's
me moving here.
Houston
Genuinely,
ambassador.
Yeah.
I was
via
telling
Memphis.
yeah, I was telling Jason and Tyler about this last night. The first open mic I did was like the week I moved to Houston, and I didn't give myself time to settle. You know, you have your like anxiety, everything's new city, new apartment, and I went to a mic and I got like I'm new. No one knows who the fuck I am. I got bumped for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And Will eventually came in. He saw me, so he walked up to the host with me. And he was like, hey, man, this guy, he's awesome. Put him up. He did You Look Like in Lafayette. He won. I vouch for him. And I went up a few minutes later, and I bombed so
That's usually how it goes.
hard. I bombed so hard to the point where I was thinking while I was on stage, like, maybe I'm not funny in Texas. It's like, maybe this is a Louisiana thing and it just doesn't translate.
Yeah.
And it was numbing. And then I got off, and Will walked up to me immediately, and he just patted me on the shoulder, and he was like, hey, you're funny. Yeah. And I was like, if you would have said anything else to me in that moment, I would have killed myself.
It's such a thin line.
That's funny that you walk up to him. Hey, don't fucking show your face around here.
Yeah. Well, that's the coaching background, right? Is like different players need different things at different times. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need to be told that I'm funny. I need after a bomb, I need someone to walk up to me and go, "What the fuck was that?" You know, like that's what I need as a person. You know, like other people. Like I'm not calling you like soft or anything, but you were like you did look. You were just like, ugh, and I was like, dude, you got this. Like that was that was the first time. It was like midnight on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know, it was
Fucking Tuesdays. I bombed on the Tuesday recently too.
Yeah.
Headline and everything. Put me on the flyer. Walked in there like chest out. Yeah, I'm the one. They say, oh, yeah, he traveling everywhere doing the roast thing. Da 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 da. He one of the best shit talkers. He said I ain't gonna call him the king of roasting just yet.
Right.
Y'all give it up for him. I got up there, said 3 jokes, and a bitch in the crowd went off on me, and I had to make a life decision because she looked like she carried pistols in her wig. So I decided just to, you know what, I'm going to let them have it, and I bombed gracefully.
Yeah.
I got off stage, and then I roasted everybody as I left.
There you go. Yeah.
That's how you got to do it.
And it was just like, I did Stone versus Soul versus Drunk Mardi Gras with a sold out room of 400 people and blew the roof off that bitch. So it was like,
it gives
it
and
comes
takes,
with
man.
it.
Gives and takes.
Dude,
Well, it's a universe with it.
And to that same story, right after I bombed at that open mic, you put me on a show the next day. You put me on $2 bill, and it was awesome. I had such a good set, and it was a bounce back. And it was like, that is what I needed in that moment to reevaluate and be like, okay, you can do this.
But
you just got to get your mind right.
I feel like you also kind of need that every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if it didn't have a little bit of danger to it, like skydiving, I don't think it would grab us all so hard. But, like, for no reason whatsoever, in spite of prep, some nights it just goes real bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just rethinking everything you've thought for 5 years. Like, man, I've had like 10,000 people tell me I'm funny, but this middle-aged white woman in this coffee shop in Spring, Texas is telling me I'm dog shit, maybe?
And now that's the only person I can think about.
That's the only opinion that matters in this beer with me tonight. It's like,
Fucked up psychology of a comic is, well, I know me sometimes. If I'm there, or if I'm going like third or fourth, I'm watching the people that's not laughing. Yeah. And I want to get up there, and I'm like, I got to fuck him up. Yeah. I got to say something to get him to laughing. Now, if I can get him laughing without actually talking to him or crowd working him, then I'm like, hell yeah. But for the most part, I'd be like, I'm going to have to dig in the bag deep for these motherfuckers.
That's always the fun part, like, especially when, because like I'm working on a bunch of like new material, and like it's just like you're scattershotting it. Like luckily like we do the writers' room and stuff, but like sometimes like you think of a concept that made you laugh in the car, and then you're like, I'm gonna open with this, and everyone just looks at you like and they're like, huh, I think he's kind of anti-Semitic, you know.
oh fuck, I haven't earned my opinion.
You don't think this is funny? They're Jewish yoga instructors. And
like, yeah, you kind of fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, these are car thoughts and these are jokes, okay? That shit is hilarious, man. So how long you think you're going to stay out here? You end up ever going to move back? Or?
I don't see myself ever moving back to Lafayette.
Yeah.
I think being from such a small town, now that I made that transition to a big city,
Yeah, it's a wrap.
even going visit, I've only been here for 6 months, and going visit this weekend, I was like, man, I never realized how small it was.
Right.
Like how little there is to do out here. And for me, like my mindset is comedy. Like comedy is, I'm in it for the long haul, you know.
Yeah.
So to move back would be taking a huge step backwards in
Right.
opportunities and growth. So I don't know if I'll be in Houston forever. I don't
Right, that's what I'm
necessarily
saying.
see that, but if I did move, it wouldn't be back home.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. No, that isn't because I started in Memphis, and so
Yeah.
like Memphis was the biggest city near where I was living at the time. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go there, you know. And you're like, oh my god, they have open mics 4 nights a week, you know. Like
Yeah.
this is pretty awesome. I can develop here, and then like, then you're there for a couple of years, and then you're like, I think I've done everything I can in this city.
Yeah.
That like then in order to develop, you know. But it was nice because like you get to go on the road, like you know, like that's where I got all my contacts, like in the Mid-South. Like I feel like a shitty cell service where like you can find me in like Little Rock and Tulsa, and like you know, but like can't get out to the Northwest or anything. But
We all carve our own little paths out of this. Like, am I bookable in Houston? Not a ton. Can I get gigs in Destin, Florida? Fucking absolutely. I've got 3 spots out there that fuck with me, but
yeah, that's fun.
if I want to drive 12 hours to make $75, it's just a phone call away, fam.
And see, I'm born and raised here, and I started comedy here. I moved to Vegas to try to do a little something, but I wasn't in the right. I wasn't nowhere near where I am now with it. But it's kind of hard being from Houston and then recognizing what Houston is. Houston is just a proving ground. It's just a training ground. This is where you go and you get. This is like the elite G League.
yeah,
That's what Houston is, like the elite of the elite G League. And then you go somewhere else and you be like, bro, how long you been playing, bro? Like, you go, they be like, oh my God, you from where? And they like, I'm from Houston. They're like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
And then you go somewhere like small cities and you be like, bro, this who running the scene?
Yeah.
And then you just kind of take it, come with the game. But for the most part, it's hard to blow in your own city no matter where you from.
Yeah.
Well, that was the interesting thing too. Is when I decided I wanted to move, I initially thought I wanted to go to Austin
Yeah.
because I mean Austin's great.
you
It's a
fit in
huge
perfect.
comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that's the place. And luckily, Tyler and Jason both gave me their input, and they were like, you're not going to develop in Austin. No. It's so saturated. There's so many people trying to do mics and comedy. Like, if you want to go, go. But we think you should go to Houston because there's less comedians. You'll get more opportunity, and you'll really grow.
Right.
And I did visit Austin one time since I've moved here, and I think their insight was like they're so right. I was so glad that I didn't do that. Also, it's so expensive to live in Austin.
It's crazy.
Like, dude.
It's insane. And like, you know what I don't have to do in Houston? Kick homeless people on the way to get into my mic.
I don't know. I work in Austin a lot now, so just know I love all of you. But no, the Austin comics now have this cadence. Like we were talking about this the other day, where it's like some comics that are from Houston that move to Austin, they'll come back and do shows, and now they all sound like Austin. All Austin comics talk exactly like this, you know, like where they're like, and this is where the punchline goes, like you know, and like it was like a couple of the guys that have come back. I'm like, really, you're doing, oh yeah, a black trans joke. All right, wow. Yeah. Very edgy. You know, that's
They got bit by the fucking venom. That's what it was.
Josh, I want to ask you a couple things. I want to know about your life. I don't know you very well. So your last name is
Le Riviere.
Le Riviere.
Le Riviere.
Nailed it.
It means the river in French. If that helps you. La Riviere.
Yeah.
Le
Okay,
Riviere.
that makes Le Riviere. Do you
Should have figured that out.
Do you come
There
from,
were signs.
Yeah.
Sound like an EV.
The Riviera. The Riviera Sport.
If this podcast will prove anything, it's how stupid I am because I don't know what that means either.
EV or electric vehicle.
Yeah. Or a Pokemon if you prefer.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounded like a brand of keyboard. But
You only find it in black churches.
I believe it's an old wooden ship, possibly from the Civil War.
it's got a weird bellows on the bottom of it.
God damn it.
You
It's
were
a-
born and raised in Lafayette?
Yeah, I'm from there. Yeah, I grew up there.
Did you go to school there?
Yeah.
Which-
Small town. I'm from Broussard, which is like a very small town right outside of Lafayette. So I grew up there. Went to school at Como High School in Lafayette, like 5 minutes from where we were last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, grew up in the South, man. It's weird.
Hell yeah.
Never fit in, if you couldn't tell.
It's I don't know because like I've only known you in comedy,
Yeah.
and there's only one real gate among comedians. It's like I'm not gonna talk to you at first until I see you and say, "Are you funny?" Oh shit, he's funny. He's in, bam, in the club. Like,
Yeah.
Will was just right when he said that. Like, I don't know fuck all about you to have you in my home, except that 6 months ago I'm like, oh shit, he's funny. He's one of us.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, you know, I'm just like, I would. Before we had this conversation, I realized we're in. I'm like, oh yeah, Josh is my friend.
Yeah.
What do you know about Josh? Apparently, not even his last name.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Yeah, no, not fitting in a small town. Because, like, I did the same thing where, like, I grew up, I was born and raised here, but, like, my family would ship me to Mississippi every summer and winter to live with my grandparents. And then I would just stay there all the time. And then I ended up moving there. But, like, yeah, you feel out of place in small towns,
Yeah.
especially if you read. Just, I don't know, like,
Wash your hands.
yeah.
I think we all had that experience in separate small towns.
Yeah. What was the first one where you're like, I don't think I'm like everyone here?
Dude, just everything. Growing up, I didn't have the same interests as anybody else. All of my friends, quote unquote, everyone is like about, you know, it's the South, hunting, fishing. Let's go to the camp. Let's go to bonfires. I didn't like to do any of that stuff. I played sports because my dad wanted me to play sports, so I
Yeah.
did that. I hated doing that as well. And yeah, I don't know. I just always kind of felt out of place to the point where even I waited tables in Louisiana for like 10 years, and you almost every day a table would be like, "You're not from here, huh?"
Well,
I'm from here, dog. Yeah.
I was born right down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What-
No, every time I was in Mississippi, because like anytime I was in Houston, I was always the biggest redneck that any of like my friends had ever seen. But anytime I was in Aberdeen and Amory, Mississippi, I was the gayest kid ever. Like, it was wild just because like, yeah, I stopped hunting when I was like 12 or 13 just because I killed a deer and it made me cry.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh, he's gay." And I was like, "Nah," you know. And then, well, I said this. I go, "Maybe that's just not how I commune with nature." And then they were like, "Yeah, he's definitely gay."
Yeah, gay. Like we said.
Yeah.
And
I would have liked to known this before we became friends.
I feel like we're gonna have to put this podcast on hold and go kill something just to make them.
I'm still a better shot than 90% of the fucking South. All right, like don't get it twisted. I grew up shooting guns. Like I still shoot every once in a while. Like yeah, no, I'm still a good shot with the shotgun and the rifle. Handguns not as good, but you know,
It's reasonable.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Josh was gay.
Yeah, I get that a
No,
lot.
no.
I get that
I
all
was
the
just
time.
like,
Nah,
bro,
dude-
why is
dude
the
loves
eyes
puss.
twinkling so hard? Like, why is the sparkle in his eyes so fucking bright, bro?
The eyes, bro. Oh my god.
It's like, what the fuck? And then you do this shit on stage where you put the mic like this. And you present like the Adam's apple or some shit. You're like, you look like you fucking put this shit in a stroller. I was like, what the fuck?
What did you tell that one lady? She looked like a Disney princess on ice.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
do
I
you-
said, "You look like a princess." And then the whole crowd went like, "Aw." I was like, "On Disney Presents How to Suck Dick from the Back."
And then you went, wait.
And then I went, "Wait, on ice."
That was-
Pause before on
That's
ice.
so,
Yeah.
it's so
So pure.
theatrical.
Yeah, that
the
was
showmanship is what I appreciate the most. Because I love the show to death. The biggest thing I got is I don't give a fuck what you say. I just want a good fucking show.
Yeah.
If I don't hear the crowd rock the fucking building at least 3 times while you got the mic, I don't want to fuck with you.
Yeah, dude.
I want a quality show. Just put it on, bro. And that showmanship was like, hold on. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, wait for this one though. Okay. Pow. Wow, bitch.
It's like they accidentally let a straight kid into theater camp.
So it's funny you mentioned that because we were talking about not fitting in Louisiana, and the things that I was interested in, especially in high school. That was when I quit playing sports, left the football team, and I started doing like speech, debate, theater,
Yeah.
and because those are things that genuinely interested me.
Yeah.
And when I started doing that, everyone was like, "What's like?"
Yeah.
That's kind of sissy, huh? Like, you don't want to get drunk with us on the weekend. You want to go to the camp. So it was like, yeah, just expressing interest in that alone when I was growing up. People
Was
were
hard.
like,
Now watch if you blow up or say you get famous and then you go back home. Them same motherfuckers gonna be in that same camouflage unit.
oh,
And
yeah.
they're gonna be like, we knew there was something
Yeah,
about you,
yeah,
bud.
yeah.
We knew there was something.
I always told people you was gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitch, why didn't you tell me?
As someone who has not made it or done anything, that already happens. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
people that were like, not shitty to me in high school, but like we weren't friends. We never talked and we had nothing in common. And now they're like on my Facebook post, like, "Oh my God, I miss you. I hope you're doing so well." I'm like, you look.
It's wild, bro.
Waiting for the dick to ride.
In high
People
school,
won't.
I was too cowardly to do theater. And that's the only thing I could, because I wanted to do it so bad, but I was so afraid of getting judged. Like I would play football, I would play lacrosse in spring, and then I did. Then I would do wood shop so I could build the sets for the theater kids.
Yeah.
So I could still like fucking like
still part of it.
Yeah. I saw him do like I saw him do improv games, and like I was sitting there like working a table, so I was like, "Fucking nerds!" But like, what are they doing? You know? Yeah, like it's like, oh, they're doing like this cool taxi cab game. That like I don't sometimes care for the zaniness of improv people. I find it a bit annoying, but like,
Oh yeah,
Well,
I
it's
agree with
certain
that.
amount
yeah. Like, but no judgment, because like I literally came here from shooting a skit where they rubbed fucking Crisco oil all over me, which is why I smell really weird right now.
I was wondering why I was hungry.
Undercooked. That's what you smell.
Yeah.
Nah, I did the same shit in school. Like I played football because I had to roast for self defense,
Yep.
and then I wanted to be in the band. I wanted to play the bass drum, but it didn't work out that way.
No.
I saw the fat people that they had on tuba and on drum, and I was just like, I can't be one of them fat niggas. My friends wasn't gonna let me be one of them fat niggas. Like, bro, you in band and you wear glasses?
Bro, I got the worst turn out of band because like my parents made me start playing an instrument in 6th grade, and I wanted to play drums, but they were like, "No, you can't play drums. That's going to annoy the shit out of your dad, and he works graveyards. Play trumpet, because then you can at least put a little mute in it and not be loud." So I played trumpet. In my freshman year, we had a white band director, and everything's fine because we're just doing normal stuff. And then they fired him. Yeah. Then my sophomore year, they brought in a dude from Southern, and all of a sudden they're like, "Here's your dance routine." And I'm like, fuck. I was like, "Oh, we got 4 white people on the band. Let's put them out in front and make them the entire focus." Because
Do the jerk.
Excuse me, sir. I can clap on 2 and 4. And,
if you search YouTube hard enough, there's some very bad videos of me dancing from like 2003, 2002. It's not great.
I don't have anything documented from high school.
there are a couple of things documented. I'm on one of the early YouTube videos called "The Kid Gets Decked." Where it was, I was running a drag route as a tight end, and this guy just fucking stuck me. Number 88, Lamar High School Junior Varsity.
I believe in you so much. I was assuming you were the decker.
Yeah, no. I was the kid that got decked.
So what position did you play?
My freshman, sophomore year, I played tight end, and then I was. They wanted me to gain a bunch of weight, so I would play guard and tackle. And then, but I was still pretty skinny because I was playing lacrosse. But yeah, no. So what?
When I was I was a big kid, and so I was always a lineman because they were like, "We don't know what else to do with you," and I was never like athletic. My dad had this weird idea that I was gonna play football at LSU, even when we realized I was probably gonna be 5'6" forever. He was like, "You can still do it,"
Right.
And I lost a bunch of weight in high school, so I got down to this size. but I wasn't good enough to play any other position. So my coach just made me keep being a lineman.
This is the small town. This is the small town 6 foot guy who has to play center.
Yeah.
You know, his entire life. This is that conundrum. Yeah, where it's
Yeah.
like,
Crazy
yeah,
shit.
I don't have any other skills now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like
That's so.
getting destroyed. I'm going up against guys from like, you know, all over Louisiana. 6'5", 300 pounds, destroying me. My coach is like, "You're not trying hard enough," and I was like, "This is just physics."
Try
Like,
has
I
nothing to
can
do with that.
Getting
No.
murdered,
So-
sir.
And then I would be like, "Do you think maybe I could play like wide receiver or something?" He was like, he's like, "Don't worry about shit like that."
Yeah.
So my senior year, I was 6'5", but I was also 140 pounds. But I played baseball. So the football coach, we were state champs and shit. So like football ran our school. So whatever the football coach decided fucking happened. I've never wanted to play football. I've always been aware I was white. And one day he's like, "You're 6'5", and the baseball coach tells me you got really good hands. Why don't you come try and be a wide receiver?" And I was like, "No, thank you." He's like, "No, you're coming out. We got you removed from
I'm
baseball
sorry, I didn't
practice."
say that correctly.
Yeah, you're going to try it. I literally make it onto the field. I run one route, and I think before I even got hit, they saw how slow I was. So I was pretty sure it was over before that point. I reached out, caught the pack, got laid the fuck out, and separated my ribs. And I'm like, I'm
You know
done
how
with this
shitty
life
high
now.
school pads were
They
back
carried
then?
me off. I hasted one play, bro.
And I know your pads had all the space in between
Yeah.
them and shit.
Nothing
And they
fit me,
smelled
bro.
like man, football pads was the worst part of playing football.
Ugh.
Is going through there and smelling the motherfucking pads.
So yeah.
and you like, God damn, who graduated and left this shit here, bro?
Like, who had this mouth guard before me was the most
that's
troubling. Because it's not like I brought one to school with me. I'm not a football player. They just handed me a random helmet.
Damn.
My favorite was kids who would elect to be like coaches' assistants and stuff, or
Yeah.
like equipment assistants
trainer.
and trainer in high school. Well, trainer was a coveted position by hot chicks.
Right.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
had some
And
baddies.
but like equipment techs, it was always like 15-year-old Mexican guys. It's like, are they training you to work in hotels later? Like you're doing laundry in high school? Like come on, dog.
fuck, bro? He in there balancing out the concentrate.
Yeah.
Were all of the flag girls in your school whores too?
Probably.
Yeah.
All I was fat.
Yeah.
That too.
That doesn't
Yeah.
change the question.
It was just fat. Yeah, you right, fat hoes.
You mean like the color guard girls?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ones who are
color
you wanna
guard. That's
be-
what it was
you wanna
called.
be cheerleaders.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
the
yeah,
cheerleaders
yeah.
are like, you
The
get fuck
second
outta here.
cut from
Like,
cheerleading practice.
How about you go pick up a fake gun and you go throw that shit around?
This will replace
it
the
wasn't
real
color
one you're going to
guard,
be
but
swallowing in college.
we literally
They walk
had,
up, you're like, oh yeah, you want to be on the top of the pyramid? Let's kill everybody. Get the fuck out of here.
Clearly, you don't understand
it's
architecture.
physics.
Yeah,
Let's make a wish.
We think you'd look better in a 3-piece suit. How about that?
Are you sure? Because you scream stability of the bottom stone. Like, we could put 3 regular cheerleaders on your back, or
No.
body stocking.
We played my freshman year. We were playing Yates, and we were kicking their ass. And Coach Martinez, he goes, "Well, you've never seen a black marching band before, have you?" I go, "No, I haven't." He goes, "Well, don't go in the locker room. This would be more fun for you."
They get that crinkle in your brain.
And sure enough, you just hear this awesome drum line, and then you see the two like marching leaders. They come out with their swag.
Drum majors.
The drum majors,
Yeah.
yeah. With their hats were crooked, and drumline had just come out, so they were like swagged out, just going out. And I was like, whoa! And then they threw the batons up in the air really high. I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
And then
Your
they,
coach was walking away smiling like,
I just made his
get
day.
out here and win this thing. The first time I had a concussion was against Yates. Because sadly, when we played them, they were awesome.
Yeah.
And they asserted dominance. There was only like 26 of us playing.
oh Lord, that's not enough people.
Yeah, varsity. And it was a scrimmage. and they had these boys named Eli and and his little brother. My fat ass, I was short, so I never stood up. So I shot the gap, bear crawl straight through. By the time I looked up, he was looking at me and put his head straight the fuck down. So big ass back down there. Like went out of his way to give me that concussion. I was just like, hey man, why my helmet won't come off?
Oh,
Still got the
because your
strap
brain's swelling.
He still got the strap on, bro. Shit. Yeah, man. I shouldn't have played football.
No.
That's
You
standard.
waited tables for 10 years.
I did.
All right.
God
Bunch of
damn,
different places.
how old are you?
29.
Okay.
I
You're
just quit waiting
Okay.
tables
Yeah.
like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
you're impossible to visually guess. Like Big Bear was like earlier, I didn't know if you were gay. Like none of us knew how old you were.
Yeah.
Like how literate you are at this particular juncture.
No.
Yeah.
He put up in a Volkswagen like he's going to take me on a test drive. Hand all out the window and shit. Hey, guys, how's it going?
You want to take
This
this?
here.
You want to take this puppy for a spin?
$3.98 a month. Come on, let's get it. Sign this paperwork.
I've also worked as a waiter. I know you've been a waiter before. Have you ever been a waiter?
No, I've always been in charge of the waiters.
Yeah. there you
Back
go.
of the house,
Yeah.
The whole house.
front of the house, back of the house, right there.
Oh, okay, straw boss.
Boy, wait staff is something, man. I like hiring dudes as wait staff because when you got all women, oh boy, why this bitch in my section knowing I get this section every Tuesday? Bruh, it's the same 4 fucking tables, dog.
Dude, I was always fascinated with working with women in restaurants because, like, look, it was a great job. It's easy money for what you're doing, but like sometimes when people would get like pissed about like they're like this bitch, like really, she wants to get first cut every fucking time, and I'm like, I was always like, I'm already here. Like, you know, like
Working with women also gives you a good chance of getting head on your break. Because we all know service industry women are very serviceful.
yeah,
Oriented? Yeah.
Yeah, let me finish that.
servicefully oriented.
Yeah, serviceful oriented. Don't put the lead.
Yeah. After I gained some weight, they moved me to back of the house.
They were like, we don't want you on display.
yeah.
Raise your
Playing with
hand.
the spacing of the floor.
Well, you get to work the fryer now. That's
Raise your hand if you fucked in the walk-in.
Represent Chili's.
yeah. Your belly makes people sad and not want to order.
He knocked over 3 sweet teas this week.
I got fired from Outback. I had I don't think it was my fault, but I had other strikes for drug-related offenses, so I'm not surprised they terminated me. But I'm coming around a corner, and this little 6-year-old's running through the restaurant, and he takes me out at the knees, and I've got just this big ass tray just full of glasses in my hand, and I'm going down. I'm either going to drop the glasses on the floor, or they're going to drop on top of me. So I do the only thing I can think of is I take the tray and I slam it up against the wall.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want the glass to go everywhere. I'm let me at least
same
contain it.
Yeah.
And they're like, you broke that on purpose. I'm like, why the fuck would
Wow.
you think somebody just wants to take a full ass tray and spray themselves with glass? Fuck you, Outback Steakhouse.
I can't lie. Watching that back on tape, I've been like, he did this shit on purpose.
Yeah.
I didn't want to drop a tray on the little demon
He's
child.
turning to Spider-Man mid-shift. You did that shit on purpose.
I think the reason that they moved me to back of the house at one of my restaurants because they had the bottomless mimosa specials on Sundays, and I was the mimosa guy, and so guess who got drunk on mimosas? And when you're at when you're in a nice restaurant that in River Oaks and a child walks up to you, you can't go, "Sup, young blood." It's not viewed as professional. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go take a toozy. Yeah. I love that shit.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Dude.
restaurants are fun, man. They're really fun. That's why I stayed with it for so long. My first job was a really shitty. It was O'Charlie's. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
they
you
are.
guys-
Yeah.
O'Charlie's is, if you're not familiar, is like Chili's but worse. If you can imagine that.
Fair.
It's a shitty place to work. But I stayed there for 3 years, and then I don't know, man. Waiting tables is easy money. I was one of those people that went to college, and it took me 8 years to not be a doctor when I
Yeah.
finished. You know, I kept going in and out. So I,
I know
didn't have
exactly. Yeah.
I didn't have a career. I didn't have a degree. Didn't have a career to go into. And your options are like, do I want to go wait tables and maybe make $30-$40 an hour, or do I want to go get a job where I get 8? You know,
Yeah.
or a lot more work. So it gets really convenient, and you leave with that cash every night. But then you just hit a certain point where you're just like, you're so burnt out on doing the same shit every day. You've heard all the dad jokes from everybody. You've heard all the same people do the
You've
same
made
shit.
your own dad jokes every day too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only so many times so you can pick up someone's empty plate and they look at you and they're like, I didn't like it.
Before you grab a
like-
gun.
You ate the whole. Ooh, man, being a manager that's the most. Oh, like when they bring the plate back to the kitchen and it's like 3 bites left. I'm like, hey, Mr. B, they said they ain't like this shit. You be like, what? They ain't like what? And you be like, it's gone. Like what the fuck? Like they ate it all. I don't know what you want me to do. Don't fuck up my tip. Don't fuck up. They ate your tip. What the fuck you talking about?
The HL tip.
I was an operations manager at a breakfast place for 2 years.
Yeah.
And that job was so horrible. Like, if you think waiting tables is horrible, fucking managing a restaurant, at least in my position, I was working like 70 hours a week. I had 2 days off in 1 year, and it was Thanksgiving and Christmas. I was off because we were closed.
Oh wow.
Open and close every single day.
Jesus.
And you're not making
Making a lot.
money, dude.
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
servers on Sunday morning were like, I made $400 today. And I'd be like, you need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
You know, like,
that's yeah.
and it's so stressful. man.
Never talk to the back of the house about how much you make. You tip people out when you make over. Like that's
Yeah.
what I would always do. As I would come in with a number that I wanted, and then if I made over that number, it's like busboy, line cook. They're getting 20s and stuff, and then everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Why does your food always come out so fast, Will?" It's like, well, I bribe people.
Yeah.
You know.
It's the only way to make service industry jobs work is to bribe the people you need to be functional.
That's it.
Drugs or money.
I used to bribe people with mileage checks.
Yeah.
Like that, I used to run a catering company where I had the people, my employees had to cook the food and deliver the shit.
Oh,
So I'd be like, hey, man, I fucked up. I forgot to put this in there, man. I need you to go over here and go back over there and come back this way. And I'm going to throw an extra 20 miles on your shit. For shit show. Let's go, Mr. B. Talking about shit. Load that hoe up.
My favorite, okay. Culturally, my favorite part. If we're just talking about restaurants for a second, culturally, my favorite part was learning so much about black culture when I was working in the back. Like, because
Yeah.
I was in the dish pit before I waited tables, and then they moved me to the back of the house, and it was just like I would hang out with black dudes. Like I'd be like, "Hey, Darnell, when the revolution pops off, where are you gonna be?" And he goes, "Front lines, baby."
Shoot me some crackles.
Hey, how you doing today? Shit, my old lady was fucking freaking the fuck out last night. She accused me of some shit. She smashed my PlayStation. Now I'm in the goddamn bus.
Ain't nothing like going to work and hearing relationship issues. Nigga be at work sick the whole day. Behind they be like, hey man, she tripping again, man. The bitch went through my phone, bro. Why you go through my phone, bro? Like, why you even go? Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck if you don't get this shit out in 7 minutes. I'm on your ass too. The fuck? You holding up the process.
yeah. Restaurants you work with like people from every walk of life too.
Yeah.
It's a melting pot, dude. And you just see like the craziest shit. My first job, O'Charlie's, like.
Yeah.
I worked with the craziest people. My first day, some guy was training me. We went smoke a cigarette out back. He offered me a line of Coke off the top of the dumpster lid. He was like, "You want some of this?" And I was like, "I'm okay."
No, I'm good.
'Restaurants need cokeheads.
100%.
Yeah.
I used to run a payway, and the main motherfucker in there that helped me keep that bit running was doing bumps out the back of the toilet seat.
I was working at a smoothie place when I was 16, right next to a payway, and my boss
Bless you.
sold Coke, and so
Yeah,
everyone at the payway would come in and they would want the banana smoothie, and then he would have to go. He's like, "Hey, I gotta go in the back and make a banana smoothie," and I'm like, "Oh, you're so sneaky! Oh my god!"
I don't know what's going on at all.
Exactly. Anytime-
This coming from a guy who used to have weed dropped off to him at work. Yeah, Chris the Great.
Yeah.
Just imagine, y'all don't know Chris the Great. We might put a picture up. But imagine Christian Gang coming in your job. Hey, what's up, baby? Man, what's going on now? You want this shit in the car? You want? Then calm down. Act like you here for chicken strips, nigga.
My pill dealer used to come in when I worked at Outback and bring me shit and just eat part of it. Like, I would just get him a meal comped on my employee thing for half, and just he would give me that much worth of drugs.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's dope.
Yeah. Save myself a shit ton of money. Just be like, oh, my employee discount? Yeah, you can have that shit tonight.
Yeah. See, being a general manager, I got all types of.
Hey, speaking of restaurants and shit, like, since you moved from Louisiana, like, what do you miss the most food-wise? Like, what can't you get out here that, like...
How food better?
Okay, honestly, it's not even a Cajun thing. They have a place called Andy's Frozen Custard.
Yeah.
There's one in Lafayette, one in Youngsville. But this isn't even like a local thing. It is a chain. There's just none in this area. They opened that shit like a year ago in Lafayette. And have you had like custard? Okay, they have custard, and they add bullshit to it. Like, there's one, it's called a James Brownie. I feel such like such a ridiculous person going in this drive-thru and being like, "Can I get a medium James Brownie?" By the way, you know what a piece of shit you have to be to get a medium? Like,
And then you get to the window with that face.
like a small is like 1,800 calories, and I'm like, maybe that's not enough. But it's so good. It's got like brownies, custard, peanut butter, and hot fudge. And one time, there's two locations. One in Lafayette. There's one 15 minutes away in
Yeah, you was
Youngsville.
fat as fuck.
I got a small one from the Lafayette place, and I ate it. And it was so good that I went to the other location. And I got this. I was convincing myself. I was like, this is for research. Like, I need to see which one is better. And guess
That's my
what?
own personal secret shopper.
Yeah. And they were the same. They were the same.
Good quality at Andy's Frozen Custard.
Yeah, dude. And we were just in town. We were there for 2 nights. And both nights, I could have gone before the show or after. But if I went before, there was no way I was going to be able to, like, go on stage. And then after, I was like, nah, let me just go hang with everybody.
The psychology of that choice is fascinating to my brain right now because, like, if you're getting a small, you can tell yourself, this is a little treat for myself.
Yeah.
And if you're getting a large, you can be like, I'm fat. This is fine.
Yeah.
I don't know what headspace gets you to order a medium. Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Which lie are you telling yourself with the middle choice of this range?
Every time I go back to Memphis to do shows or whatever, I get there super early. If I'm by myself, because I know I'm gonna be a gross, disgusting pig because I want to eat all of my favorite foods and still function that night. So like I'll go to this wonderful spot for breakfast. I go to this wonderful spot called Sunrise Biscuits, and they have these giant, awesome like biscuit sandwiches that are amazing. And then immediately after that, I go to my favorite donut place. and then I go and I take a nap in my car, and I wake up and I go to my favorite chicken place.
Yeah.
And I get the gizzard and livers platter.
Yeah.
And then I go eat ribs.
He's spilling over.
This feels like an AA meeting for fat people right now.
At 4
And then I ate ribs.
at 4 or 5, I'll eat ribs, and I'm like, all right, seriously.
guy.
And then I'll go to Planet Fitness. I'll look at the Planet Fitness, and I won't go in because I'll be like, I'm gonna vomit if I do that.
Yeah.
I'll just
I'll look at the Planet Fitness as such a Pearson. It's on the itinerary. Look at
like,
Jim.
and then I'm like, nope. I'll just use their free Wi-Fi to look at my TikToks.
That's it.
Excuse me, Planet Fitness. One massage chair, please.
I've done that. Yeah.
Farting all in them people chairs.
I think the other thing about Louisiana, though, you and I had talked about recently, was gas stations there. I did not know, like, gas stations in other places don't bring it like
No.
Louisiana
Nah, they
does.
don't.
Nah.
King of the
You
gas.
can
Yeah.
You can walk into a Louisiana gas station and get fucking a plate lunch, barbecue, catfish, egg roll. You can get a
We
shish
catching
kebab.
up to that. Like
Yeah.
we starting to catch it because I seen a soul food Mexican place.
In a gas station.
In a gas station. Soul Food Hispanic place in a gas station in Jersey Village.
Ooh.
So it's like, what the fuck? All right, you way out here, but it was busting though. It was busting shrimp and grits. Or shrimp and Cameroon.
Cameron.
I said shrimp and shrimp.
Yeah. There was but also the gas stations in small towns in Louisiana and Mississippi, they're also the main place to politic, socialize. It's like a community center for rural people.
It really
And
is.
so,
They have like the real slot machines in the gas station, like
And a
real
lot.
money.
yeah.
And a lot. Video
See?
poker, you can go play.
There's that one gas station that got rid of the live tiger. But there was
Yeah.
the advertising for the gas station because it would be like right before you get to the Baton Rouge Bridge, where they'd be like, "Live tiger, you want to come see a live tiger to Chevron?"
Yes. Every time I saw that sign, yes, I do.
Yeah. There was Mike. His name was Mike.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Tiger. He was LSU's mascot, but they didn't keep him on. They just kept him at that fucking gas station.
God
Just go
damn.
look at him.
Which, if that doesn't sum up the education at Louisiana State University,
Oh yeah.
Bro, the advertisements out there. Wow, we were driving back from Lafayette this morning, and I told him I saw a billboard for some sort of fucking farm or whatever, and it just said in big bold black letters, "We debone stuff." I
got
spent 50 miles like wondering if the vagueness of stuff was intentional. It's like, how often did they get price quoted for people? That's what the fuck I want to know. Like,
you know, deboning a people's a lot like deboning a pig.
you get some good fillets off them right there if you slice from the breastbone.
I bet Buddy was
fuck?
walking at the end of every day, just counting the cash, just like, the fuck is a buses?
Okay. Ironically, we have run up on an hour. That seems like a very good enough exit point for
That
what
was
we do
fantastic.
here. You got anything coming up you want to promote, Josh? Any social media you want to plug?
Follow me on Instagram, Joshua Jordan 3_. That was the best I could do. As far as things coming up, I mean, a few shows here or there, but they're all going to be. I think we have one in Bryan, Texas. That's going to be coming up. I'll be back in Louisiana.
You doing Third Floor Cantina?
Yeah, third floor.
Love Third
That's
Floor.
what it is.
Love Steve Stewart.
I'm going to go back to Louisiana in April, I think, for Gator Fight. That's going to be a show at Gator Cove, the distillery, behind the restaurant.
We were talking about that last night.
Yeah. And then I have, like, other shows, but I'm so bad about remembering shit. They're all on my calendar at home.
Yeah.
But follow me on Instagram. I'll post about it for sure. Facebook, too, Joshua Jordan.
Yeah, big bed, big bed.
Big baby.
You know the IG BBG_FNNYSL. We got merch on deck. We got all the You Look Likes coming up. March 8th is the next one. Every Wednesday I got Best of the Underground on 1960. Other than
That
that's
show's
it.
bussin'.
That shit bussin'. Bussin'.
Mr. Loden.
You can follow me at Will_Loden on Instagram. I'm booked all out in March. You can find me. I'll be in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Denton, Texas. I'll be all over the place. You can find it on my Instagram. And then, we're going to be back in Lafayette on June 1st for another You Look Like, which is fucking, it's great. We'll be in Little Rock doing You Look Like in April. And, we'll all be around, man. Ben, where can we find you?
Find me on Instagram at Very Dark Comedy. All my schedule and stuff is there. And please go to youtube.com/@theverygreenroom for full episodes of this podcast. Thanks for coming, bro. Appreciate you doing
guys,
this, man.
This was fun. Thanks for having me.
Kisses, Josh. Thanks for coming.